Welcome back to Hannity. Donald Trump continues to surge in the race for the White House. A new poll by Survey USA has Donald Trump beating Hillary Clinton 45 to 40% in a head-to-head matchup. Now, naturally, Trump's position at the top of the polls has led to some attacks from some of his GOP rivals. Take a look.
Donald Trump's not going to get elected president by disparaging people, by attacking people all the time. That's not how you win. You lift people's spirits up to be president of the United States. This whole approach of just saying someone's an idiot, someone's low energy, this is not going to...
It sounds really cool, you know. Let's just round them all up and send them back. People who say that have no idea what that would entail in terms of our legal system, the cost. Forget about it. And plus, where are you going to send them? So, you know, that's a double whammy.
And we continue with 2016 presidential candidate Donald Trump. I want you to respond to that last, if you want to respond to Bush, you can, but that last comment by Ben Carson. We now know that our State Department and our president is thinking of bringing in refugees from Syria and Iraq that have been displaced, that are going through Europe. Now, do we know many of them are Muslims coming from Muslim countries? I'm sure many of them are very good people. But do you think some radicals might be mixed in with them? Is that a fear that we should take seriously?
It could very well be. And frankly, you have ISIS. And if you look at a lot of the people that I've been watching on television, it's men. There aren't that many women, relatively speaking. It's a horrible thing in terms of humanity and everything. But, you know, we've got a lot of problems in our country. Yeah. Sean, we have a lot of problems in our country. We have to straighten out our own problems. And as far as that's concerned, you know, I heard about the border. I heard about the wall. Well, the wall does work, especially if somebody like me does it, because I know how to do walls. The wall absolutely works. And my immigration policy and my immigration plan has really been well received. We have to get people into this country legally. We can't have, you know, when I first announced for president, people really criticized it. Now they've all apologized because they said what I said about illegal immigrants was correct. So, you know, when people say, oh, the plan and it doesn't work, these are the same people that have let this whole situation go to hell to start off with.
59.
And my plan does work and the wall works and people will see that and it won't take long to do, believe me. And
the poll
people
that came
with
out,
knowledge know my plan works.
A poll that came out shows 59% of Americans agree with your policy on immigration. But I just want to get you on the record. Are you saying absolutely people from Syria, the Middle East, 400,000 men, those are men that we don't know what their backgrounds are, where their hearts are. Should we allow any of them into this country, or any aid that we offer should be financial only?
Look, from a humanitarian standpoint, I'd love to help, but we have our own problems. We have so many problems that we have to solve. You have over there the Gulf states, tremendously wealthy. You have five groups of people, 6 groups. They're not taking anybody. Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Bahrain. These are tremendously wealthy and powerful from the standpoint of money. They're not taking anybody.
Right.
Russia's not taking. Nobody's taking. We're supposed to take. We have to straighten out our own problems. You have millions of people potentially. And if Obama would have gone across the line that he drew, the artificial line in the sand that he drew, you wouldn't have this problem in the first place.
Let me ask you about this letter that you sent Jeff Zucker over at CNN, that his rates will go up because of the next debate to $200,000, I guess either 30 or a 60-minute ad. You said to donate it to charity. Have you heard back from him?
I have not heard back from him. I don't want to donate it to charity. I want to give it to the veterans. I want to give it to lots of different veterans groups. And, you know, their rates are going from $4,000 or $5,000 an ad to $200,000 and $250,000 an ad. I hate to say it. It's because of me, because the numbers were always very low for the debates. Nobody watched the debates. It was a very poorly rated thing. I hate to tell that to you, but you know that. And Fox had 24 million people watching, and now they're looking at CNN. It could be 30 million people.
The highest rated debate in the 2012 cycle was here at 6.5 million. I don't think there's anyone disputing that. Let me ask you a final question. You see everything that's unfolding with Hillary Clinton and her server. She gave an apology, although she admitted no wrongdoing. Nothing was improper, she says. Do you think, you had said you think Joe Biden is more likely to win the nomination for the Democrats at this point. What do you see as problematic for her? And do you think it's more legal than political in terms of her problems?
I think it's more legal. I think she's going to have a hard time getting to the starting gate. She's been hurt very badly in the polls. I've been beating her in virtually every state even states that normally Democrats would win. I've been beating her. And, you know, it's going to be very interesting to see what happens. She's dropping like a rock, but I think she's got a bigger problem. I think she's got a major legal problem. If you look at General Petraeus for doing 1/5 of what she's done, I mean, really, even less than that, they destroyed his life. I mean, they've ruined his life. You saw what happened to him. And for some reason, she seems to be skirting by.
Well,
we'll see whether or not she's able. But I think she's going to have a very hard time getting to the starting gate, frankly. And if it's Biden, it's Biden. I mean, that it would be fine.
It was nice to see. It was nice to see you and Ted Cruz together today. This is the worst deal since Munich 1938. Glad you were out there. Thank you so much for being with us, Mr. Trump.
I think it's the worst contract I've ever seen negotiated. It's the most one-sided deal, and it's a disgrace, and we shouldn't have to take it. As people from the United States, we should not have to take this.
I agree with you. Only 21% of Americans like it, and yet Congress is going forward. Mr. Trump, thanks for being with us.